could do this advocacy work and steer us down the path that we should have been on many, many years ago. And so it would be very clear if Ms. Waites has visited my website, and I know she has because she's pulled down my analysis and put it forward as her own on her own website, that if she had visited that website, she would see that I've been in front of the Public Service Commission now since 2019, participating as an expert witness, an intervener in 4 integrated resource plans, arguing for this. So my nonprofit advocacy work for 6 years in front of the Public Service Commission is first and foremost for this job. But I also have been a public servant in other ways. I was a Peace Corps volunteer overseas for 2 years representing the United States. I've been a volunteer for the remote area medical clinic. And this is veering off of the energy topic, but public service is very important. I've also been participated in 5 different vaccine clinical trials because public health is very important to me, and public health is intimately related to some of these fossil gas and coal plant emissions that we're talking about and the effects there. So public service can't just be focused on one thing. It has to be broad. It has to be something you live, eat, and breathe. And I feel that I represent that through the 6 years of service that I've given to try and make Georgia a better place in terms of energy.
Okay. I
Ms.
clocked that
Taylor,
away from me.
the statement was made that I went to his website and borrowed his analysis. What I did is I gave my own take on the questions in terms of what a rate freeze means and how it impacts us, as well as how we set rates. He has repeatedly, Mr. Hubbard, talked about the Georgia Center for Solutions. And my team and I have went to the Secretary of State, which you know, Representative Taylor, you have to register nonprofits, and there is no nonprofit called the Georgia Center for Solutions, Mr. Hubbard. There is no 990 return as it relates to nonprofits because you have to file the. Let me just get it out. Let me just get it out, sir. Respectfully.
I'll be happy to file.
No, I'm not pushing back. Let me just finish because you said that
Do simple research,
Mr. Hubbard, you have said this multiple times that you.
Mr. Hubbard, let her finish, and we'll let you rebut.
Mr. Hubbard has said multiple times all over the state of Georgia that he offers 15 years of energy policy. When you go to the Georgia Secretary of State's website where all nonprofits are registered, there is no nonprofit called the Georgia Center for Solutions. And I'm troubled by that. You also have never filed a 990 return as it relates to this nonprofit. So I challenge your record as it relates to energy policy because I don't believe you have any. The same way you made the statement that you have been testifying for the last 6 years as it relates to the PSC Commission, we have went back and examined all of those public hearings, and the only one I can find is when you made a decision to qualify in April of 2025 to run for office. I can tell you that I have thousands of public hearings as it relates to interviews, as it relates to policy, when you look at my role in totality. You also said to me tonight that you were in Puerto Rico. So I was in Puerto Rico on the ground for those 2 years. So what company or contractor did you come there with? Because these are situations where I made the decision and led these particular fights as it related to restabilizing the grid. And I did not see you in Puerto Rico. I have not seen you in Georgia prior to April of 2025.
Mr. Hubbard, quickly, please.
Yeah, I think it's a basic core competency that you should be able to Google something by the correct name, the Georgia Center for Energy Solutions. It's very much registered. It's very much active. All you have to do is, I don't think she's ever been to the Public Service Commission website and looked up the dockets. It's all in the public record. If she's failing to do the basic research, I just don't understand how she could be a public service commissioner. This is basic stuff.
Okay, we're going to move on. It says Mr.